YouTube? It's a Chris of Violent Prophecy. Um, I really don't know how to feel about the draft. Um, and I've seen it. I put it on my shorts, my YouTube shorts, and I really don't know how to feel about the draft. So the Giants picks were a little bit head scratching. Now, the first pick, they picked a cornerback, okay, out of Maryland, Banks. And then after that, second round, they picked the O-line men. And in the third round, they picked a wide receiver from Tennessee, Jalen Hott. And then after that, they picked another cornerback out of Old Dominion. And then after that, they picked up a safety and then a linebacker. We had 11 picks. We had 11 picks heading into the draft. It's crazy. That's crazy. How you mess up 11 picks? It's like we shouldn't even be trading at all, to be honest with you. You know? I mean, you have those 11 picks for a reason. You acquired those 11 picks from KC for a reason, right? I mean, you saw the New England Patriots, they didn't trade any of their picks. Now, obviously, not a lot of those picks are going to make their roster. You know, I understand that. But our history with cornerbacks isn't good. Our history with cornerbacks are not good. Now, I'm not saying that Banks is Prince Amukamara. I'm not saying that Banks is DeAndre Baker. I'm not saying Banks is Janoris Jenkins. I'm not saying Banks is Corey Webster. I'm not saying Banks is Aaron Ross. I'm basically saying when it comes to cornerbacks, we do not draft well when it comes to that position. If there was any other team, Miami, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Patriots even, they would nail those picks because they have success drafting cornerbacks. When it comes to cornerbacks, we either hit or miss. You know, when the Giants was playing in the 4-3, we used to ace defensive linemen. There was not one single draft where, okay, yeah, there's probably a few defensive ends that we missed on. You know, I think Demontre Moore was another one. We usually got the defensive tackles right. I'm not saying that we got the D ends right, but we usually got the defensive tackles right if we didn't get one of those picks right. You know, I mean, if you look at all the great defensive tackles that we had over the years, you know, outside of Marvin Austin, who didn't really do anything, but we had Live Out Joseph, we had Thomason, we had Barry Cofield, we had, you know, Chris Canty, we had Rocky Bernard, you know, so we had a decent defensive tackle. No, we had a decent draft, or we had a decent way of picking our defensive tackles. You know what I'm saying? But that was a head scratcher. You know, this is a quarterback wide receiver league, right? Now, I wasn't the biggest Zay Flowers fan, but after watching his tape probably like 3 times, I mean, I thought it was going to be Josh Downs. Josh Downs got drafted by the Colts, which I think him and Richardson are probably going to be a 1-2 punch, you know? What else? You know, Flowers went to the Baltimore Ravens. So now the Ravens got 2 stud receivers. Well, I'm not going to say 2. I'm just going to say 1 because I don't think Odell. I mean, if Odell could give you at least 70 to 60% of what he was, then okay. But I just don't know, man. It's a head scratcher. You know, it's a head scratcher. I thought we was going to go wide receiver, first round, cornerback, second round, center, third round. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and nitpick and say, you know, this and that and the third. You know, I wish all the draft picks that we drafted nothing but the best. But I just would have done stuff differently. You know, I would have just done stuff differently. That's how I would have done it. And I don't really give out draft grades because it's stupid. You know, I'm more of a, you know, eye test type of person. You know, you have to show me on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like all this analytics, all this, oh, I give him a B, I give him a D. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, you never know how these players are going to turn out. You never know. I mean, I think Flowers was the best option for us because he played in the cold climate in Boston. So he's used to playing in the cold weather. Jalen's playing in Tennessee. Tennessee is more of a southern state than it is, you know, so he's not going to be he's going to have to get used to the cold. You know, Maryland, you know where Maryland is at geographically, right? So, I mean, I just don't know, man. I think certain players do well when they play for the right team, you know, because all of our draft picks used to get hurt. You know, outside